In the vastness of the universe, there are countless wonders waiting to be discovered. While we gaze at the stars from Earth, many are unaware of the mysterious phenomena that exist beyond our reach. Yet, one thing is certain: the universe is a place of endless possibilities, a vast expanse that continues to awe and perplex us. Let's start by considering how humanity has explored space. For centuries, we've wondered about the heavens, and through scientific advancements, we've managed to launch missions that explore the farthest reaches of our solar system. But even with all our technological advancements, space remains largely unexplored, with secrets still hidden from our understanding. The story of the universe is far from over, and it's one that constantly evolves, offering new mysteries that challenge even the brightest minds. The very concept of the universe is complex and multi-dimensional, far beyond what we can grasp. It's not just the stars and planets that define it, but the fundamental forces that shape its existence: gravity, electromagnetism, and the mysterious dark energy that permeates everything. These are the forces that govern the universe. Our understanding of these forces, though vast, is still in its infancy. As we continue to explore the cosmos, we are constantly uncovering more about how these forces work together to form the vast and intricate universe we live in. Yet, despite all our advancements, there are questions that still remain unanswered. How did the universe come to be? What lies beyond the observable universe? What is the true nature of dark matter? And how does it influence the formation of galaxies? These are questions that continue to perplex scientists and stargazers alike, pushing the boundaries of what we know and opening up new frontiers for exploration. As we look into the sky, we're also confronted with the vastness of space itself. It's hard to fathom the scale of the universe, with its galaxies, nebulae, and black holes scattered across billions of light years. The idea of distances in space is mind-boggling. And yet, through space telescopes and powerful observatories, we are able to peer deeper into space than ever before. Every discovery, every new piece of knowledge we gather adds another layer to our understanding. Yet it also brings more questions. The more we learn, the more we realize how much there is left to uncover. But it's not just the universe we're trying to understand, it's also the way humanity fits into it. For centuries, we've wondered about our place in the cosmos. Are we alone, or are there other civilizations out there? This question has been at the heart of space exploration, and with the discovery of exoplanets, planets that orbit stars outside our solar system, scientists are now closer than ever to answering it. In fact, there are now thousands of exoplanets catalogued, some of which are in the so-called habitable zone, where conditions might be right for life. While we've yet to find definitive evidence of extraterrestrial life, the possibility remains tantalizing, sparking imaginations and inspiring new scientific missions to find out. In recent years, advancements in technology have allowed us to look even deeper into the universe. Space telescopes like Hubble and James Webb have provided unprecedented views of distant galaxies, offering us glimpses into the early days of the universe. These observations have revealed galaxies that formed billions of years ago, and in some cases we've been able to observe the birth and death of stars, which are crucial processes in the life cycle of the universe. It's through these tools that we are able to trace the origins of galaxies and stars, giving us a window into the universe's past. Yet, as much as we've learned, there's still so much more to discover. The universe is far too vast to be fully understood by any one generation. Each discovery leads to new questions, and with each answer, we are reminded that there is still an infinite amount left to uncover. Our journey into space is only just beginning, and as we continue to explore the cosmos, the universe will undoubtedly continue to reveal its secrets. As we press forward in our journey to explore the universe, there's a sense of wonder and possibility that drives us. Every discovery we make, every piece of knowledge we gather, brings us closer to understanding the cosmos and our place within it. From the launch of the first satellites to the ongoing exploration of distant planets, we are constantly pushing the boundaries of what is possible. Yet, despite all the progress we've made, space still remains a vast, mysterious frontier. The vast distances between celestial bodies, the complexity of interstellar phenomena, and the constant challenges of space travel make it a daunting place for even the most advanced technologies. Still, the thirst for discovery is undeniable. We continue to strive to learn more, to understand more, to explore more. One of the most fascinating developments in recent years has been the study of exoplanets. These are planets that exist outside our solar system, orbiting stars far away. In just the last 2 decades, thousands of exoplanets have been discovered, some of which are located in the habitable zone, the region around a star where conditions might be just right for liquid water to exist. This raises an exciting possibility. Could there be other planets out there where life could thrive, just like it does on Earth? The search for these exoplanets is more than just an academic exercise. It's a quest to answer one of humanity's oldest and most profound questions: are we alone in the universe? For centuries, we have looked up at the stars and wondered if there are other civilizations out there, watching the same sky. Now, with the advancement of space telescopes and the growing number of discoveries, we are closer than ever to finding the answer. The discovery of exoplanets in the habitable zone is exciting because it suggests that life might not be as rare as we once thought. Scientists believe that the conditions for life, liquid water, a stable atmosphere, and a source of energy are not unique to Earth. If we can find planets that meet these criteria, we may be one step closer to answering the ultimate question about life beyond Earth. But even as we search for life on other planets, there is still much we don't understand about our own solar system. Take Mars, for example. For years, scientists have been sending rovers to the Red Planet, trying to uncover clues about its past. Could Mars have supported life at some point in its history? The evidence is still inconclusive, but there are tantalizing signs that the planet once had flowing water and perhaps even the conditions necessary for life to exist. As our technology improves, future missions may reveal even more about Mars' potential to have harbored life. Meanwhile, the outer planets and their moons offer a wealth of opportunities for exploration. Jupiter's moon Europa, for example, is thought to have an ocean beneath its icy surface. Could that ocean harbor life? Similarly, Saturn's moon Enceladus has geysers that shoot water into space, suggesting the possibility of a subsurface ocean as well. These moons are prime targets for future missions, and the discoveries we make, they could completely change our understanding of the potential for life elsewhere in the solar system. However, while we're focused on exploring planets and moons in our solar system, we also look further into deep space. The Hubble Space Telescope has given us breathtaking images of distant galaxies, nebulae, and stars, showing us the incredible beauty and vastness of the universe. Yet, as advanced as Hubble is, it's only the beginning. The James Webb Space Telescope, set to launch soon, promises to give us an even more detailed view of the universe, enabling us to look deeper into space and further back in time than ever before. Webb's infrared capabilities will allow us to peer into regions of space that were previously invisible to us, including the earliest galaxies and the formation of stars. This new technology will give us a better understanding of the origins of the universe, the birth of galaxies, and the formation of planetary systems. By studying the light emitted by distant objects, scientists hope to learn more about the fundamental forces that govern the universe. With Webb's advanced instruments, we could even identify the chemical composition of the atmospheres of exoplanets, giving us a closer look at the conditions that could support life. While we continue to learn about the universe around us, we must also consider the challenges of space exploration. Traveling to distant planets, for instance, requires overcoming enormous technological hurdles. The vast distances involved mean that space missions take years, sometimes decades, to complete. Even with our current technology, a mission to Mars would take several months, and getting to more distant planets would take even longer. This presents numerous challenges for astronauts, from radiation exposure to the effects of long-term isolation. Moreover, the dangers of space travel aren't limited to the journey itself. Once we reach distant planets, there are other challenges to consider, such as the harsh environments, extreme temperatures, and the possibility of encountering dangerous cosmic phenomena like solar flares or asteroid impacts. Overcoming these challenges will require innovations in life support systems, radiation protection, and spacecraft design. As we prepare for long-term space exploration, we must find ways to protect astronauts from these dangers and ensure they can survive in the hostile environment of space. In addition to the physical challenges of space exploration, there are also psychological effects to consider. Prolonged isolation, lack of natural sunlight, and the stress of living in a confined space can take a toll on astronauts' mental health. Research into the psychological impacts of long-term space travel is ongoing, and we are learning more about how to support astronauts' mental well-being during their missions. Virtual reality, communication with loved ones, and regular psychological evaluations are just some of the strategies being developed to help astronauts cope with the stresses of space travel. But while these challenges may seem daunting, the pursuit of space exploration is driven by our innate curiosity and desire to explore the unknown. Throughout history, humans have been driven to venture into the unknown, whether it was crossing uncharted oceans, climbing the highest mountains, or reaching for the stars. It is this same spirit of adventure and discovery that propels us forward in our quest to understand the universe. In the coming decades, we may witness unprecedented advancements in space exploration. New technologies, such as reusable rockets and advanced propulsion systems, will make space travel more affordable and accessible. We may see the first human colonies established on the Moon and Mars, and the exploration of distant moons and planets could reveal new insights into the origins of life. We could even discover extraterrestrial life, either in the form of microbes on Mars or in the clouds of Venus. The future of space exploration is bright, filled with endless possibilities. As we continue to push the boundaries of what's possible, we'll unlock more secrets of the cosmos. We may even one day discover the answers to questions that have plagued humanity for millennia. How did the universe begin? What is the nature of dark matter and dark energy? Are we truly alone, or are there other civilizations out there waiting to be discovered? Whatever the future holds, one thing is certain: the journey of space exploration will continue. With each mission, each discovery, we move one step closer to unraveling the mysteries of the universe. And as we look to the stars, we are reminded that humanity's potential is limitless. The universe is vast and full of wonder, and we are just beginning to scratch the surface. As we venture deeper into the cosmos, our understanding of space continues to evolve at a rapid pace. We are now at the threshold of discoveries that could completely alter our view of the universe. Each new piece of knowledge adds another layer to the complex and intricate puzzle that is the universe. These breakthroughs aren't just limited to understanding distant planets and stars. They have the potential to change our lives on Earth as well. Space exploration has already led to advancements in technology that we take for granted today, such as satellite communication, GPS, and even medical innovations. And as we continue our journey into space, we can expect more incredible discoveries that will benefit humanity. One of the most important aspects of space exploration is the search for extraterrestrial life. For centuries, humanity has looked to the stars with wonder, imagining the possibility of other intelligent civilizations in the vast expanse of space. The search for life beyond Earth has been one of the driving forces behind space missions to Mars, Europa, and even exoplanets orbiting distant stars. But we have yet to find definitive proof that we are not alone in the universe. However, every new mission brings us closer to finding that elusive evidence. One of the most promising candidates for extraterrestrial life is Europa, one of Jupiter's moons. Scientists have long suspected that beneath its icy surface lies a subsurface ocean, where conditions might be just right for life to exist. In fact, NASA's upcoming Europa Clipper mission will explore this moon in greater detail than ever before, searching for signs of life in its hidden ocean. If life does exist on Europa, it would drastically change our understanding of biology and the conditions necessary for life to thrive. It could even provide insight into the origins of life on Earth. But Europa is not the only place in our solar system that might harbor life. Saturn's moon and Celeste also is subsurface oceans and geysers that shoot water into space. These geysers contain organic compounds, and scientists are eager to explore whether they could provide further evidence of life beyond Earth. The Cassini spacecraft, which spent years studying Saturn and its moons, sent back valuable data about Celeste, further fueling the curiosity surrounding this distant moon. As we search for life within our solar system, we are also exploring exoplanets, planets that orbit stars outside of our solar system. The discovery of thousands of exoplanets over the past few decades has revolutionized our understanding of the universe. Some of these exoplanets lie in the so-called habitable zone of their stars, where conditions may be suitable for life. Telescopes like the Kepler Space Telescope and the Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite TESS have been instrumental in discovering these distant worlds. With advancements in technology, we are now able to study the atmospheres of some of these exoplanets, looking for the chemical signatures of life. One of the most exciting exoplanet discoveries was the identification of Proxima b, a planet orbiting the star Proxima Centauri, the closest known star to our own Sun. Proxima b is located in the habitable zone of its star, which means it could potentially support liquid water on its surface. The discovery of this exoplanet has sparked much debate about the possibility of life beyond our solar system. While Proxima b is too far away for us to visit with current technology, it remains an intriguing target for future missions. As we search for life, we are also looking to understand the fundamental nature of the universe. One of the most profound mysteries in physics today is the nature of dark matter and dark energy. These invisible substances make up about 85% of the matter in the universe, yet we have no direct evidence of their existence. Instead, scientists infer their presence based on their gravitational effects on visible matter. The hunt for dark matter is one of the central goals of modern physics. Experiments like the Large Hadron Collider and upcoming missions like the James Webb Space Telescope are expected to help shed light on this elusive phenomenon. Another major challenge in understanding the universe is the search for a unified theory of physics. Currently, our understanding of the universe is based on two main pillars: general relativity, which explains the behavior of large objects like planets and stars, and quantum mechanics, which describes the behavior of subatomic particles. However, these two theories are fundamentally incompatible in some respects. Scientists are striving to develop a theory of everything, a single framework that can explain all the forces of nature. This pursuit could revolutionize our understanding of the universe and lead to discoveries that we can hardly imagine. In addition to these fundamental questions, space exploration also offers us a glimpse into the future of humanity. As Earth faces challenges like climate change, resource depletion, and overpopulation, space offers a potential solution. Colonizing other planets, such as Mars, could provide humanity with a backup plan in case our home planet becomes uninhabitable. Space agencies around the world are already working on plans to send humans to Mars in the coming decades, with the goal of establishing a permanent presence on the red planet. NASA's Artemis program, which aims to return humans to the moon by 2024, will serve as a crucial stepping stone for these ambitious goals. The moon's proximity to Earth makes it an ideal location for developing the technology and infrastructure needed for long-term space missions. Once humans are established on the moon, they will be able to use it as a launching point for missions to Mars and beyond. The moon could also serve as a testbed for developing new technologies, such as life support systems and radiation shielding, that will be necessary for deep space exploration. While Mars is often seen as the next logical step for human exploration, it presents a number of challenges. The planet's thin atmosphere and lack of a magnetic field make it vulnerable to radiation from the sun, which could pose serious health risks to astronauts. Additionally, the harsh Martian environment, its extreme temperatures, low gravity, and dust storms will require new technologies to support human life. But despite these challenges, the potential rewards of Mars exploration are immense. Establishing a permanent human presence on Mars would mark a monumental achievement in human history and could provide us with valuable insights into the possibility of life elsewhere in the universe. Looking even further ahead, space exploration could lead to the discovery of new planets and solar systems. As technology advances, we may be able to travel beyond our own solar system, exploring distant stars and planets that are billions of light-years away. The idea of interstellar travel may seem like science fiction, but the development of faster propulsion systems, such as ion drives or even theoretical concepts like warp drives, could make this a reality in the distant future. The search for new worlds is also tied to the quest for new resources. As Earth's resources become increasingly strained, space offers the potential for mining asteroids and other celestial bodies for valuable materials. In fact, companies like Planetary Resources and Deep Space Industries are already developing technologies to mine asteroids for metals, such as platinum, gold, and rare earth elements. These resources could be used to support space exploration and meet the growing demand for materials on Earth. But space exploration is not just about discovery and resources, it's also about human ingenuity, cooperation, and the drive to push the boundaries of what is possible. The International Space Station ISS is a prime example of this. The ISS is a testament to what humanity can accomplish when countries work together for a common goal. Since its launch in 1998, the ISS has served as a laboratory for scientific research and a platform for international collaboration in space. It has helped foster cooperation between countries like the United States, Russia, Japan, and members of the European Space Agency, demonstrating the power of global unity in the pursuit of knowledge. As we continue to push forward into the cosmos, we must remember that space exploration is not just about finding new worlds or discovering new technologies, it's also about expanding our understanding of ourselves. Every mission, every discovery, brings us closer to answering some of the biggest questions in science and philosophy. Where did we come from? Are we alone in the universe? What is our place in the cosmos? The journey into space is not just about reaching new frontiers in the universe, it's about reaching new frontiers within ourselves. The desire to explore, to learn, and to push the boundaries of human knowledge is one of the defining characteristics of our species. As we look to the stars, we are not only looking for answers about the universe, we are also looking for answers about who we are and what we can become. Space exploration is often viewed as a journey toward the unknown, a mission to uncover the mysteries of the universe. But it is more than just a scientific endeavor, it is a journey that reveals the very essence of human ambition and resilience. As we look up to the stars, we are reminded of the qualities that built curiosity, the desire to overcome obstacles, and the determination to find answers, no matter how far we have to go or how difficult the journey may be. One of the most inspiring aspects of space exploration is how it brings people together from across the globe. While the challenges of space travel are immense, they are not ones that can be solved by any single country or organization alone. The IS, as mentioned before, is a shining example of international cooperation in space. The contributions of scientists, engineers, and astronauts from all corners of the world come together to achieve a common goal. This collaborative spirit is vital for the future of space exploration, as the vastness of space cannot be conquered alone. It requires the collective effort of humanity, working together to achieve the impossible. The work being done on the ISS and other space missions is creating a foundation for future exploration. Technologies that are being developed today will pave the way for missions to Mars, the Moon, and beyond. But the significance of space exploration goes beyond just the exploration of other worlds. The lessons learned from working in the harsh conditions of space, from living in microgravity to dealing with the vast distances between planets, can be applied to problems we face on Earth. The technologies that are being developed to sustain life in space, such as water purification systems, renewable energy sources, and advanced medical technologies are already having a positive impact on life on Earth. These innovations are helping us address critical issues like climate change, resource scarcity, and healthcare. Moreover, space exploration teaches us important lessons about perseverance. It shows us that there is no challenge too great to overcome if we are willing to work together, push our limits, and never give up. The history of space exploration is filled with obstacles and setbacks, from the Apollo 1 tragedy to the loss of the Challenger and Columbia space shuttles. Yet, despite these hardships, humanity has continued to reach for the stars. Each setback has been met with resilience, each failure leading to new solutions and greater understanding. As we look ahead to the future of space exploration, we must remember that the challenges we face are not just technical, they are human challenges. The future of space exploration will require not just scientific innovation, but also an unwavering belief in the potential of humanity. It will require us to continue pushing the boundaries of what is possible, to expand our horizons, and to imagine a future where the stars are within our reach. One of the most exciting aspects of this future is the prospect of establishing a permanent human presence on Mars. Space agencies around the world are already planning missions to the Red Planet. NASA's Artemis program, which aims to return humans to the Moon, is the first step in this journey. The Moon will serve as a training ground, allowing us to develop the necessary technologies and infrastructure to live and work on Mars. Once we have established a presence on the Moon, the next logical step will be to send humans to Mars. This will be no easy feat, but the potential rewards are immense. A human colony on Mars would open up new frontiers in science, technology, and human exploration. But even beyond Mars, there are countless other possibilities for humanity's future in space. As we look to the stars, we may one day find planets that are capable of sustaining life, planets that could become homes for humanity. We may discover entire solar systems with habitable planets, offering the promise of a new beginning for the human race. The potential for discovering new worlds, new civilizations, and new opportunities for life is one of the driving forces behind space exploration. Yet, as we explore the universe, we must also consider the ethical implications of our actions. The search for new worlds raises questions about our responsibilities as stewards of the cosmos. How do we ensure that we do not repeat the mistakes of the past? How do we protect the natural environments of other planets and preserve the integrity of the universe? These are questions that humanity will have to grapple with as we move forward into space. As we reach out to the stars, we must remember that the universe is not just a vast, empty expanse. It is a delicate, interconnected system that we are only beginning to understand. The lessons we learn from space exploration will not only help us in our search for new worlds, but also in our efforts to preserve and protect the Earth. The knowledge we gain from studying other planets and celestial bodies can offer valuable insights into how we can address some of the most pressing challenges we face on our own planet. And the effects of climate change to the depletion of natural resources, space exploration has the potential to provide the solutions we need to ensure the long-term sustainability of life on Earth. As we continue our journey into space, we must also remember that space is not just about technology and discovery, it is about the human spirit. It is about our ability to imagine the impossible, to explore the unknown, and to make the unknown known. The search for life, the exploration of new worlds, and the development of new technologies are all part of a larger journey that speaks to the essence of who we are as a species. We are explorers, dreamers, and innovators, and space offers us the opportunity to continue that journey, to push the boundaries of our knowledge and to reach for the stars. In the end, the story of space exploration is not just a story of rockets and astronauts, telescopes and satellites. It is the story of humanity's quest to understand our place in the universe. It is a story of perseverance and innovation, and of the belief that the unknown is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced. The journey into space is one that will continue to inspire generations to come, as we strive to unlock the secrets of the cosmos and discover what lies beyond the stars. As we move forward into the future of space exploration, it is impossible to ignore the profound impact that space has had on our worldview. From the first glimpses of our planet taken from space to the discovery of exoplanets orbiting distant stars, space exploration has forced humanity to rethink its place in the cosmos. For centuries, humans believed they were the center of the universe, but the vastness of space has shown us just how small we are in the grand scheme of things. This realization, while humbling, has also sparked a deep sense of wonder and curiosity. The more we learn about the universe, the more we understand how much there is still to discover. One of the most significant revelations of space explorations is the discovery that Earth is not unique in its ability to support life. The search for exoplanets that orbit stars outside our solar system has revealed a staggering number of potentially habitable planets. In fact, scientists believe that there may be billions of Earth-like planets in the Milky Way galaxy alone. This opens up the possibility that life as we know it could exist elsewhere in the universe. The search for extraterrestrial life has become one of the primary goals of modern space missions, with organizations like NASA and the European Space Agency leading the charge in the hunt for signs of life on distant worlds. While the discovery of alien life would undoubtedly be one of the most profound moments in human history, the search itself is just as significant. The search for life beyond Earth is a quest that transcends national borders, bringing together scientists, researchers, and dreamers from all walks of life. It is a reminder that, in the vastness of the universe, we are all connected by our shared curiosity and desire for understanding. The possibility of discovering alien life has sparked imaginations around the world, and the thought of making contact with an extraterrestrial civilization fills us with both excitement and trepidation. But space exploration is not only about searching for life beyond Earth. It is also about understanding our own planet better. By studying other planets, moons, and celestial bodies, we gain insights into the forces that shape our own world. For example, by studying the surface of Mars, scientists have been able to learn more about the geology and climate of our own planet. Similarly, the study of Venus has revealed valuable information about the greenhouse effect and climate change. These lessons are critical as we face pressing challenges here on Earth, from climate change to resource depletion. Space exploration offers us a unique opportunity to learn about our own planet, and in doing so, help ensure a better future for generations to come. At the same time, the pursuit of space exploration presents many challenges. The harsh environment of space, the vast distances between celestial bodies, and the need for advanced technology all present significant obstacles. But history has shown us that challenges are not something to shy away from. They are opportunities for growth and innovation. The Apollo 11 mission, which landed the first humans on the moon in 1916, was a monumental achievement, but it was only possible because of the relentless pursuit of scientific knowledge and technological development. Every step forward in space exploration is a testament to human ingenuity and perseverance. Today we stand on the cusp of a new era in space exploration. The moon, once thought to be a distant dream, is now within our grasp once again. NASA's Artemis program aims to return humans to the moon by the mid-2020s, with the goal of establishing a sustainable human presence there by the end of the decade. This ambitious plan is not only about revisiting the moon, but about using it as a stepping stone for further exploration, particularly the exploration of Mars. NASA's long-term vision is to send humans to the Red Planet, with the goal of building a permanent colony there. This is an undertaking that will require new technologies, new approaches to space travel, and a tremendous amount of international collaboration. But Mars is not the only destination on the horizon. As space technology continues to advance, the possibility of exploring distant worlds and moons becomes more realistic. The outer reaches of our solar system, once considered unreachable, are now within our grasp. NASA's New Horizons mission, which flew past Pluto in 2015, revealed stunning images of the dwarf planet and its moons, giving us our first close-up look at this distant world. The data collected from the mission continues to provide valuable insights into the outer solar system and beyond. Meanwhile, private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin are leading the charge in commercial space exploration. These companies are developing reusable rockets, which will dramatically reduce the cost of space travel and make it more accessible to a wider range of people and organizations. SpaceX, in particular, has already made history by launching astronauts into space aboard its Crew Dragon spacecraft, and it has ambitious plans to send humans to Mars in the coming decades. The involvement of private companies in space exploration is a game-changer, as it opens up new possibilities for innovation, competition, and collaboration. In the coming years, we will likely see a greater focus on space tourism, with the first commercial space flights taking place for ordinary citizens. While this may seem like a far-fetched idea, it is already becoming a reality. Companies like Virgin Galactic, Blue Origin, and SpaceX are all working on developing the technology needed to make space tourism a viable industry. This could open up space to a new generation of explorers, people who may not be astronauts, but who will have the opportunity to experience the wonders of space firsthand. The potential of space exploration is limitless, and as technology continues to evolve, so too will our understanding of the universe. We have only just begun to scratch the surface of what is possible, and the next few decades are poised to bring even more discoveries and breakthroughs. With every new mission, every new discovery, we move closer to unlocking the secrets of the cosmos and understanding our place in it. But as we embark on this journey, we must also remember the responsibilities that come with it. The exploration of space is not just about discovery, it is also about stewardship. As we venture into the universe, we must be mindful of the impact we have on the environments we encounter. The technologies we develop to explore space must be used responsibly and sustainably. The lessons we learn from space exploration can and should be applied here on Earth, as we work to protect and preserve our home for future generations. The future of space exploration is bright, and it holds the promise of even greater discoveries, technologies, and achievements. But it will require the collective effort of all of humanity: governments, scientists, engineers, entrepreneurs, and dreamers alike to realize its full potential. The universe is vast, and we are only just beginning to explore it. As we continue on this journey, we will undoubtedly encounter new challenges, but we will also uncover new wonders, new possibilities, and new insights into the nature of life and the cosmos. As we delve deeper into space exploration, it's essential to recognize that our journey is not just a scientific endeavor but a reflection of humanity's innate desire to explore the unknown. For centuries, people have gazed at the stars, wondering what lies beyond the reach of the naked eye. With the advent of modern space travel, we are no longer just dreaming about space, we are actively exploring it. The challenges ahead may seem insurmountable, But history has shown us that when humanity works together, we can overcome even the most daunting obstacles. One of the most exciting aspects of space exploration is the potential for discovering new forms of life. Scientists have long speculated that life could exist elsewhere in the universe, and recent advancements in space telescopes, like the James Webb Space Telescope, have brought us closer to finding evidence of such life. This groundbreaking tool allows us to peer deeper into space than ever before, searching for signs of habitable planets in distant star systems. The implications of finding extraterrestrial life would be enormous, not just for science but for philosophy and religion. The discovery would challenge our very understanding of what it means to be human and our place in the universe. While the search for alien life is thrilling, space exploration also offers a wealth of practical benefits. Take the International Space Station ISS for example. The ISS serves as a laboratory in space where scientists conduct experiments in zero gravity, study the effects of long-term space travel on the human body, and develop technologies that can be used to improve life on Earth. Many of the innovations we take for granted today, like water purification systems, satellite communications, and GPS, are direct results of space research. These advancements not only make our daily lives easier but also contribute to solving critical challenges such as climate change, food security, and health. Furthermore, space exploration has inspired generations of scientists, engineers, and explorers. It has shown us what is possible when we push the boundaries of knowledge and technology. The Apollo program, for instance, captured the world's imagination as it put the first human on the moon, marking a defining moment in human history. The sight of Neil Armstrong's famous first steps on the lunar surface still resonates today, reminding us of the incredible potential we have as a species when we work together toward a common goal. Today, we continue to push the boundaries of space exploration with projects like the Artemis program, which aims to return humans to the moon and eventually land on Mars. The technological advancements required for these missions will not only benefit space exploration but also improve technology and infrastructure here on Earth. In addition to these scientific and technological benefits, space exploration also holds significant cultural and societal value. As we explore the cosmos, we are forced to confront our own limitations and frailties. The sheer vastness of the universe humbles us, reminding us that we are but a small part of a much larger whole. It also highlights the importance of collaboration and unity. Space exploration is a global effort that requires cooperation between nations, scientists, engineers, and astronauts. It transcends politics, religion, and nationality, reminding us that we are all part of the same human family, striving for knowledge and understanding. But with all of these advancements come new challenges. As we venture further into space, we must be mindful of the ethical implications of our actions. The potential for exploitation of space resources, the environmental impact of space travel, and the militarization of space are all concerns that need to be addressed as we move forward. The idea of space colonization, for instance, raises important questions about our responsibility to other planets and ecosystems. Should we colonize Mars if it means altering its environment? How do we prevent space debris from accumulating and becoming a threat to satellites and space stations? These are questions that require careful consideration and thoughtful answers. As we look to the future, we must also recognize the challenges that come with human exploration of deep space. Traveling to distant planets and moons presents not only technological and financial challenges but also psychological and physical ones. The long journey to Mars, for example, could take up to 9 months. And the isolation and confinement of deep space missions pose significant risks to astronauts' mental and physical health. Long-duration space missions require new technologies to support life, such as closed-loop systems that recycle air, water, and waste. The effects of prolonged space travel on the human body, such as muscle atrophy, bone density loss, and radiation exposure, must also be carefully studied and mitigated. Moreover, the financial cost of space exploration remains a major concern. While the potential benefits are immense, the resources required to fund space missions are considerable. Space exploration is expensive, and governments and private companies must carefully consider the long-term return on investment. As space tourism and private space travel become more viable, it is likely that the private sector will play an increasingly prominent role in funding space exploration. Companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin are already taking steps to reduce the cost of space travel by developing reusable rocket technology, which could revolutionize the industry. If space exploration becomes more cost-minus effective, it could open the door for more people to participate in the exploration of space, furthering the sense of wonder and curiosity that drives humanity to explore. In addition to these concerns, the exploration of space is also deeply connected to the idea of survival. As we face challenges like climate change, overpopulation, and resource depletion, the idea of expanding beyond Earth becomes more pressing. Space exploration offers us the potential to find new resources, new habitats, and new opportunities for human survival. While this is still a distant possibility, it provides hope for the future and a sense of purpose. The idea that we could one day inhabit other planets gives us a new perspective on our own planet, encouraging us to take better care of Earth while we continue to search for new worlds. In the end, space exploration is more than just a scientific endeavor. It is a reflection of humanity's desire to reach for the stars, to push the boundaries of what is possible, and to explore the unknown. It is a quest for knowledge, for understanding, and for a better future. As we continue our journey into space, we must do so with humility, respect, and a sense of responsibility. The universe is vast, and there is still so much to learn. But with each step forward, we come closer to unlocking the secrets of the cosmos and our place within it. The future of space exploration is bright, and it holds the promise of new discoveries, new frontiers, and a new era of human achievement. As humanity sets its sights on deeper space exploration, it's essential to acknowledge that our current position in the universe is merely a stepping stone. The breakthroughs in technology, the knowledge we've gathered, and the unity that underpins the global space community are all guiding us toward a future where space exploration is not just a dream but a reality. But this journey, as exciting as it may be, is also full of unknowns with obstacles that are both exciting and daunting. While we look to conquer the stars, we must first confront the challenges that exist within our own planet and the cosmos. One major hurdle is the physical distance between Earth and other celestial bodies, particularly planets like Mars. Current space travel technology, although groundbreaking, still has limitations. The trip to Mars, for example, could take upwards of 6 to 9 months, depending on orbital alignments. Such a journey would place astronauts in isolated conditions, with limited resources and no immediate possibility of assistance in case of emergency. That means the journey will require long-term survival skills, including the ability to recycle water, air, and food. The physical and mental endurance required for such missions is unimaginable for many, and it will take an immense amount of preparation and technological innovation to make long-duration space missions feasible. In addition to the distance and duration of missions, the challenge of space radiation remains a significant concern. In space, astronauts are exposed to cosmic rays and solar radiation at much higher levels than on Earth. While Earth's atmosphere and magnetic field protect us from these harmful rays, space travelers are not so fortunate. The effects of this radiation are still not fully understood, but it's known to cause long-term health issues, such as cancer and DNA damage. To ensure the safety of future astronauts, we must develop new shielding technologies and better understand the impact of space radiation on the human body. This will be one of the greatest hurdles as we expand our human presence in space. Simultaneously, the technologies that will be required to sustain human life in space are still being developed. Life support systems which keep astronauts alive by providing oxygen, water, and food must be perfected. The closed-loop systems needed to recycle these resources must be efficient and reliable. The technology to produce oxygen from water, filter waste, and grow food in microgravity is not yet ready for long-term use. However, these systems are critical for the success of missions to Mars and beyond. If astronauts are to survive without constant resupply from Earth, they must be able to live off what they bring with them or create on their own. The advancements in bioregenerative life support systems could pave the way for sustainable human life in space. Space settlements, another exciting prospect of space exploration, raise another set of challenges. Once we arrive on Mars or the Moon, we will need to establish self-sustaining colonies. These colonies will need to be able to produce their own food, water, and oxygen, while also generating enough energy to power their infrastructure. Building permanent settlements requires new materials and construction methods. as the conditions on these planets are drastically different from Earth. On Mars, for example, the thin atmosphere and extreme temperatures pose major obstacles to building structures that can protect inhabitants from radiation, dust storms, and freezing conditions. The development of new construction materials, possibly from local resources, will be crucial in overcoming these barriers. Yet, even in the face of these immense challenges, the promise of space exploration offers a sense of hope and possibility. The advancements in technology and knowledge that arise from the pursuit of space are already benefiting humanity. Many of the technologies developed for space explorations, such as satellite communications, GPS systems, and medical imaging, have already had significant impacts on daily life. These innovations demonstrate that the work done in space is not isolated to the cosmos, it is real-world applications that improve life on Earth. As we continue to explore space, the advancements made in these areas will continue to help solve some of the planet's most pressing problems, from climate change to resource depletion. The search for extraterrestrial life is another exciting facet of space exploration. A discovery of microbial life or even more complex organisms on other planets would be one of the most profound scientific achievements in history. It would challenge our understanding of biology, chemistry, and life itself. It would also force us to rethink our place in the universe and the possibility that life may exist in forms we cannot yet imagine. The search for life on Mars, the moons of Jupiter, and exoplanets in distant star systems is underway, and we are closer than ever to making this discovery. The implications of such a find are immense, not just for science, but for our culture, philosophy, and worldview. However, the exploration of space is not without its ethical questions. As we reach further into the cosmos, we must be mindful of our responsibility. The prospect of colonizing other planets raises complex ethical issues regarding the preservation of those environments and potential interactions with alien ecosystems, if they exist. Are we as a species prepared to live in harmony with other worlds, or will we repeat the mistakes made on Earth? Furthermore, the mining of asteroids for resources could have significant economic and environmental impacts. Space exploration must be conducted in a manner that respects the sanctity of other planets and does not exploit them for short-term gain. While we may not yet have the technology to achieve all of our ambitions in space, the future is undoubtedly bright. Space exploration continues to inspire generations of young scientists, engineers, and thinkers. It pushes the limits of what we can achieve, challenges our understanding of the universe, and offers hope for a future where humanity can thrive beyond the confines of Earth. A journey to space is not just about reaching other planets or discovering new forms of life, it's about discovering the potential within ourselves to overcome the unimaginable and to make the impossible possible. As we look toward the future, we must continue to invest in space exploration, to foster international cooperation, and to inspire the next generation of explorers. The challenges are many, but the rewards are immeasurable. The journey to the stars is a long and difficult one, but it is also one of humanity's greatest aspirations. The pursuit of space exploration represents not just the search for knowledge, but the very essence of who we are as a species, the drive to explore, to learn, and to reach beyond the stars. And so, the question remains, what will we discover in the vast reaches of space? What will we learn about the universe and ourselves? As we continue our journey into the cosmos, we are reminded that the answers lie not just in the stars, but in the boundless potential of the human spirit. As we look to the future, the concept of space exploration takes on a deeper significance, not just for the scientific community, but for the entire human race. It represents the next frontier in our evolution, both intellectually and physically. While Earth remains our home, it is becoming increasingly clear that humanity's future may lie beyond the stars. The ongoing advancements in technology, combined with the growing interest from both private and governmental sectors, are setting the stage for the next great leap into the unknown. One of the most exciting developments in space exploration is the potential for commercial space travel. For decades, space exploration has been the domain of national space agencies like NASA, Roscosmos, and the European Space Agency. However, with the emergence of private companies, such as SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Virgin Galactic, the space race has taken on a new dimension. These companies are developing technologies that could make space travel more accessible to civilians, offering the opportunity for commercial space flights, space tourism, and even space colonization. SpaceX, under the leadership of Elon Musk, has made significant strides in advancing rocket technology. The development of the reusable Falcon 9 rocket has already made space travel more cost-effective. And the Starship project aims to take humanity to Mars. Musk's vision of creating the multi-minus planetaries is not just a pipe dream. It's becoming increasingly achievable with each new advancement in space technology. The goal of sending the first crewed mission to Mars within the next decade is no longer a distant fantasy. It's a realistic objective that could be within our reach in the near future. The rise of private space companies also opens the door to new opportunities for innovation. By creating a competitive market for space exploration, these companies are driving technological advancements that could have a far-reaching impact beyond space. Innovations in propulsion systems, life support technologies, and sustainable energy could benefit industries ranging from transportation to energy production here on Earth. The knowledge gained from space exploration often leads to new inventions and discoveries that can be applied to solve problems on our own planet. As space exploration becomes more commercialized, it also presents new challenges and difficult considerations. The privatization of space raises questions about the ownership of extraterrestrial resources and the potential for exploitation. If companies are able to mine asteroids for valuable materials, who owns these resources? Is it fair for private entities to control access to space when it is a global endeavor? As more nations and corporations join the race for space, we must establish clear and fair regulations to govern activities beyond Earth's atmosphere. The establishment of an international framework for space exploration will be crucial in ensuring that space remains a domain for the benefit of all humanity, rather than being dominated by a few powerful corporations or nations. Another critical issue that we must address is the preservation of the space environment. Space debris, also known as space junk, is a growing problem as more satellites and spacecraft are launched into orbit. These remnants of past missions pose a threat to operational spacecraft, space stations, and even human life. With the increasing number of satellites and other space missions, the risk of collisions and the creation of more debris is escalating. To mitigate this risk, we must develop technologies to remove space debris and prevent future accumulation. This will require international cooperation and the development of innovative solutions to ensure that space remains safe and usable for future generations. The concept of space tourism is also rapidly gaining popularity. Companies like Blue Origin and Virgin Galactic are developing commercial spaceflight services that will allow private citizens to experience space travel. While these flights may be brief, lasting only a few minutes, they offer a unique perspective on our planet and the universe. The view of Earth from space is often described as transformative, offering an unparalleled sense of the fragility and interdependence of our planet. As more people have the opportunity to experience space firsthand, it may inspire greater environmental awareness and a renewed sense of global unity. Beyond tourism, the idea of colonizing other planets remains one of the most ambitious goals in space exploration. While Mars is the most likely candidate for human settlement, it poses significant challenges in terms of resources, habitat, and sustainability. The harsh environment of Mars, with its thin atmosphere, extreme temperatures, and lack of liquid water, makes it an inhospitable place for humans to live. However, with the right technology and planning, it is possible to create self-sustaining habitats on Mars that could support human life for extended periods of time. The development of advanced habitats, agricultural systems, and life support technologies will be essential to making this dream a reality. A Martian colony could serve as a testing ground for technologies that could later be used on other planets, expanding the reach of humanity beyond our solar system. As we push the boundaries of space exploration, we are also beginning to look beyond our solar system. The search for habitable planets around other stars has intensified in recent years, thanks to the discovery of thousands of exoplanets. These distant worlds may offer the conditions necessary for life, offering the possibility of finding extraterrestrial life forms. While it is unlikely that we will reach these distant stars in the near future, the study of exoplanets is expanding our understanding of the universe and the potential for life beyond Earth. The discovery of even microbial life on another planet would be one of the most profound achievements in human history, challenging our understanding of biology, life, and our place in the cosmos. While the possibilities of space exploration are exciting, we must also remember the importance of preserving our home planet. As we reach for the stars, we must continue to protect and sustain the Earth that sustains us. The challenges we face on Earth, climate change, resource depletion, and environmental degradation, must be addressed alongside our efforts to explore the cosmos. The lessons we learn from space exploration, particularly in terms of sustainability and resource management, can help us tackle these challenges on Earth. Space exploration is not just about leaving our planet. It is about learning how to live in harmony with our environment and ensuring the survival of humanity for generations to come. The journey into space is one of the most significant undertakings in human history. It requires the collaboration of nations, the dedication of scientists and engineers, and the vision of leaders who understand the potential for change that space exploration holds. As we continue to push the boundaries of what is possible, we are reminded that the universe is vast, full of mysteries and opportunities waiting to be discovered. The future of space exploration is not just about technological advancements. It is about the growth and evolution of humanity itself. In the end, the ultimate goal of space exploration is not simply to explore new worlds, but to expand the human experience. It is about the quest for knowledge, the drive to overcome adversity, and the unyielding desire to push the limits of what we can achieve. Whether through the development of sustainable space travel, the colonization of other planets, or the discovery of extraterrestrial life, space exploration holds the promise of a future where humanity is no longer confined to Earth, but is free to explore the universe and all its possibilities. As we take each step forward into the cosmos, we are reminded of the limitless potential that lies before us. The journey will be long and filled with challenges, but it is a journey worth taking. The pursuit of space exploration is the pursuit of humanity's greatest aspirations: to explore, to learn, and to reach for the stars. The future of space exploration is not just about what we will discover, but about who we will become as we strive to conquer the unknown. The significance of space exploration is not only in its potential to expand our reach beyond Earth, but in the way it can transform human society. As we make progress in space exploration, we are not just discovering new frontiers, but also developing technologies that could drastically improve life on our home planet. Innovations developed for space travel, whether in the realms of energy efficiency, medical technology, or materials science, often find their way back to Earth, benefiting industries and society as a whole. This reciprocal relationship between space exploration and innovation strengthens the argument that space missions are not merely scientific endeavors, but investments in humanity's future. One of the most promising technologies is the development of renewable energy sources that can be used both in space and here on Earth. For example, solar power has been a key resource for space missions for decades. Solar panels provide the necessary energy for satellites and spacecraft to operate far from Earth's grid. With continued innovation, the technology is used to capture and store solar energy in space, could lead to breakthroughs in energy production and storage on Earth. Harnessing the power of the sun, not just in orbit but also in everyday life, could reduce our reliance on fossil fuels, mitigate climate change, and provide a sustainable energy solution for future generations. Similarly, space missions have led to advances in medical technologies. The development of life support systems, for example, has driven improvements in ventilators, heart monitors, and other vital equipment used in hospitals worldwide. Technologies designed to monitor and sustain astronauts in space are now being used to improve patient care and outcomes here on Earth. Space exploration also fosters breakthroughs in health monitoring, understanding the effects of long-term space travel on the human body, and developing new techniques for preventing and treating illnesses. Space exploration also brings people together in a way that few other endeavors can. The vastness of the universe and the challenges of space travel require cooperation between nations, private companies, and scientists from all over the world. This global collaboration is a reminder of our shared humanity, of the need to work together for a greater good. Space exploration is a reminder that despite our differences, we are all bound by the same desire to understand the universe and our place within it. As space exploration evolves, so too will our sense of unity. The more we reach out into space, the more we begin to see Earth as a singular entity, fragile and interconnected. The Apollo missions provided humanity with the iconic image of Earth as a small, blue planet floating in the vastness of space. It was a visual reminder that our world is precious and that we must protect it. The next generation of space exploration has the potential to reinforce this perspective even more powerfully, encouraging people to work together to protect the environment and promote peace on Earth. But as we look toward the stars, it's important not to forget the ethical and moral implications of our actions in space. The exploration and possible colonization of other planets present challenges that go beyond the technical and financial. These endeavors will raise questions about ownership, governance, and the preservation of the extraterrestrial environments we encounter. For instance, as we seek to mine asteroids for valuable resources, we must ask who owns these resources. Do we have the right to exploit the resources of other planets, especially if doing so could harm the environment? These are questions that humanity must grapple with as we chart our course for space. The question of whether humanity should attempt to colonize other planets is another area of ethical concern. Mars, for instance, is currently considered the most likely candidate for human settlement due to its similarities to Earth. However, it remains an incredibly hostile environment. The planet's thin atmosphere, lack of liquid water, and extreme temperatures make it a difficult place for humans to survive. Even with the best technology, the ethics of colonization, particularly in an environment where human life cannot be sustained without significant technological intervention, will need careful consideration. While the potential for a thriving colony on Mars is exciting, it is equally important to ensure that we are not simply transferring our human problems from Earth to another planet. Another ethical challenge is the protection of any potential extraterrestrial life. If we do discover life on other planets, how should we approach it? Should we attempt to communicate with it, or should we protect it from human interference? These questions are not merely speculative, they are likely to become more pressing as space exploration continues to advance. As we discover more about the universe, we must be prepared to deal with these complex moral dilemmas. There are no easy answers, but it is crucial that we consider the long-term consequences of our actions as we move forward into the cosmos. As we stand on the brink of a new era in space exploration, one thing is certain: the future holds endless possibilities. Our ability to venture into the unknown will be limited only by our imagination, our will to overcome obstacles, and our capacity to collaborate across cultures and borders. The journey to the stars will be long and filled with challenges, but it will also be one of the most rewarding endeavors humanity has ever undertaken. Space exploration, with its promise of new discoveries, new technologies, and new frontiers, is not just about reaching other planets. It is about transforming our own world. It is about pushing the boundaries of what is possible, both in terms of science and human potential. As we look up at the night sky, we are reminded that the universe is vast, and we are but a small part of it. Yet within this vastness lies our future. And with each step we take toward the stars, we are not just learning more about the universe, we are learning more about ourselves and our place in the grand scheme of things. The journey to space is a journey of discovery, but it is also a journey of hope. It represents our unyielding desire to reach beyond what is known and to explore the infinite possibilities that await. It represents the spirit of human curiosity, the drive to understand, and the courage to face the unknown. As we continue to explore the cosmos, we will undoubtedly encounter challenges, but we will also encounter opportunities to grow, to innovate, and to unite as a species. The pursuit of space exploration is the pursuit of humanity's greatest aspirations, and it is a pursuit that will shape the future of our species for generations to come. As we venture further into the cosmos, the nature of our journey evolves. What began as a quest for exploration has transformed into a search for survival. Humanity's future may not solely rely on the Earth's finite resources, but on our ability to adapt and thrive in space. The realization that our planet is not an endless resource has led to the growing importance of space, mining and resource extraction from asteroids, the moon, and beyond. These ventures, though still in their infancy, offer the promise of new energy sources, raw materials, and opportunities that could sustain human civilization for millennia to come. However, space mining raises significant questions about resource ownership, environmental protection, and the implications of commercializing space. If space exploration leads to the discovery of abundant resources in asteroids, how will these resources be distributed among nations, companies, and individuals? Who owns the moon's surface, or the minerals buried in asteroids? These legal and political questions must be addressed as we push into space. The United Nations Outer Space Treaty of 1967, which establishes that space should be used for the benefit of all countries and for peaceful purposes, will likely require updates to reflect the reality of space commercialization. The commercialization of space is already underway, with private companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and others leading the way. SpaceX's ambition to colonize Mars and create a sustainable human presence on the planet is not just a bold vision, it's a potential game-changer in humanity's long-term survival. As private enterprises push the boundaries of space exploration, they challenge traditional government-led space programs and open up new possibilities for future missions. The rapid advancements in reusable rocket technologies, space tourism, and satellite networks are reshaping the landscape of space exploration and pushing us closer to a future where space is not just a realm for government space agencies, but for anyone with the technology, expertise, and ambition to reach for the stars. This transformation from government-funded space exploration to private enterprise-led ventures brings with it both excitement and trepidation. While private companies may bring innovation and efficiency, there is the risk that profit-driven motives could prioritize short-term gains over long-term sustainability and the collective good of humanity. It is essential that as we open up space to private enterprises, we also ensure that ethical considerations, environmental protection, and international cooperation remain at the forefront. In the rush to mine asteroids and exploit the moon, we must not forget the fundamental lessons learned from Earth's own environmental history. As we venture further into space, we must be vigilant stewards of the celestial bodies we encounter. At the same time, the future of human life in space will depend on our ability to create sustainable habitats beyond Earth. The challenges of living on another planet, whether Mars, the Moon, or space stations, are immense. These environments will require artificial ecosystems that can provide food, water, and breathable air, as well as protect against harmful radiation and extreme temperatures. Advanced technologies in bioengineering, closed-loop life support systems, and radiation shielding will be key to building self-sustaining habitats that can support human life for extended periods of time. This will require not only scientific ingenuity, but also immense resources and international collaboration. While the technological hurdles are significant, the potential for new discoveries and a better understanding of the universe is unparalleled. By exploring space, we will gain insights into the origins of our solar system, the possibility of life on other planets, and the future of the universe itself. Each discovery, each mission, and each step we take in space brings us closer to answering fundamental questions about the cosmos and our place within it. In addition to the scientific benefits, space exploration also has the potential to unite humanity in ways that few other endeavors can. The challenges of space travel and the exploration of other planets require global collaboration across national and ideological boundaries. For decades, the International Space Station (ISS) has served as a shining example of how countries with often conflicting interests can work together for the common good. Astronauts from Russia, the United States, Japan, Europe, and Canada have lived and worked together in space, overcoming not just technical challenges, but also political and cultural differences. This international cooperation in space serves as a model for how humanity might tackle the global challenges we face on Earth, such as climate change, pandemics, and resource scarcity. The success of space exploration and its potential for humanity's future hinges on our ability to continue to unite across borders, share knowledge, and work together towards common goals. In this sense, space exploration is not just a technological and scientific endeavor, it is a moral and philosophical one. As we extend our reach into the cosmos, we must remember that the future we build in space must reflect the values we hold dear on Earth, values of collaboration, responsibility, sustainability, and respect for life in all its forms. Yet, for all the promise and potential of space exploration, we must not lose sight of the challenges that lie ahead. The technological, environmental, and ethical questions that arise from space exploration are vast, and they require careful consideration and thoughtful action. The risks of space travel, whether from radiation exposure, equipment failure, while the unknown dangers of deep space remain significant. While we continue to push forward, we must also prepare for the potential setbacks and challenges that will inevitably arise. But despite these challenges, the desire to explore and understand the universe will continue to drive us forward. Space exploration represents the spirit of human curiosity, our relentless quest for knowledge, and our unshakable belief in the potential for progress. As we venture deeper into the cosmos, we are not simply expanding our physical presence in the universe, we are expanding our understanding of who we are, where we come from, and where we might be headed. The future of space exploration is limitless. It is a journey that will take humanity to new worlds, to new discoveries, and to new heights of achievement. Whether we are building colonies on Mars, mining asteroids for resources, or discovering the first signs of life beyond Earth, space exploration will shape the future of humanity in ways we can only begin to imagine. In the end, space exploration is about more than just reaching the stars. It is about pushing the boundaries of what is possible, both for our species and for the world we call home. It is about the hope that through exploration, we will create a better, more sustainable future for all. As we venture out into the unknown, we carry with us the dreams, the aspirations, and the hopes of all who have ever looked up at the night sky and wondered what lies beyond. As we venture deeper into space, humanity's vision becomes even more expansive. The notion of interplanetary colonization has shifted from being a fantastical dream to a plausible reality. Colonizing Mars, for example, is no longer confined to the pages of science fiction. With advancements in propulsion technology, life support systems, and sustainable habitats, we are now seeing the groundwork laid for humanity's first off-Earth colony. The technological obstacles are daunting: how to build self-sustaining ecosystems, how to shield against the intense radiation of space, how to grow food, and how to ensure that future generations thrive in a Martian environment. But the potential rewards are immense, not just for scientific discovery, but for the survival of our species. In the long run, living on another planet offers an insurance policy against the existential threats facing Earth, from catastrophic climate change to asteroid impacts. The idea that humanity can become a multi-planetary species brings new hope for the future, a backup plan that ensures we don't put all our eggs in one basket. A thriving colony on Mars or the Moon could lead to new scientific breakthroughs, new industries, and even new ways of thinking about life, society, and civilization. But as we embark on this new frontier, we are also confronted with profound ethical questions. If we are to become a multi-planetary species, we must grapple with issues of planetary protection. What rights do we have to alter the landscapes of other planets? What responsibility do we bear for the preservation of these pristine worlds? Mars, in particular, presents a unique dilemma. While its barren surface may seem like a vast, empty canvas for human civilization, we must remember that Mars may have once harbored life. We are not the first species to inhabit the planet, and we must take great care not to disrupt the remnants of Martian life, should any still exist beneath the surface. The ethics of space colonization also extend to the question of governance. Who decides how planets, asteroids, and moons are used? The current legal framework governing space, such as the 1967 Outer Space Treaty, establishes that space should be free for exploration and that celestial bodies should not be claimed by any one nation. But as private companies race to establish a presence in space, these legal frameworks may need to evolve to account for the commercial interests now at play. There is a growing need for international cooperation and regulation to ensure that space exploration benefits all of humanity, not just a select few companies or countries. Moreover, space colonization could open up new questions about the very nature of human identity. How will we maintain our culture and society when we are no longer bound to the Earth? If humans begin to live on Mars or in space stations for extended periods, how will we adapt to the isolation, the unfamiliar environments, and the societal pressures that come with living on another planet? Will our sense of self be altered? And if so, what kind of identity will humanity hold as it becomes a spacefaring civilization? Will we find new ways of understanding our place in the universe? Or will our expansion into space lead to new divisions and conflicts? These are questions that we do not yet have answers to, but they are part of the complex fabric of what it means to be human in the age of space exploration. Just as the first explorers faced unknown challenges and risks, we too are standing on the precipice of a new era, one that will require resilience, ingenuity, and perhaps most importantly, a sense of unity. The future of space exploration is not just about technology and innovation, it is about how we, as a species, choose to live in harmony with the universe. While the obstacles to colonizing other planets are immense, so too is the potential for the advancement of human knowledge and the survival of our species. The exploration of space, and the possibility of settling on other planets, is not merely a question of science and technology. It is a reflection of our deepest desires for exploration, for survival, and for understanding. It is a testament to the human spirit, our unyielding drive to push the boundaries of what is possible and to strive for a future where humanity is not limited to one planet but is a force for discovery, unity, and sustainability across the stars. As humanity looks toward the stars, we are not just searching for new worlds to conquer, we are searching for new ways of being, new ways of living, and new ways of relating to one another. The vastness of space, once an intimidating and distant expanse, is now a realm of opportunity, the realm where the future of humanity is being written, one mission at a time. The future of space exploration, the colonization of other planets, and the promise of interstellar discovery all hinge on our ability to adapt, to cooperate, and to envision a future where humanity can thrive not just on Earth, but across the cosmos. The journey has only just begun. As we set our sights on the stars, we must remember that the vastness of space is not a barrier to progress, but a canvas for the future of human civilization. The question is no longer whether we can reach the stars, but what we will do once we get there. Will we build a future of hope, cooperation, and sustainability? Or will we repeat the mistakes of our past, colonizing new worlds with the same short-sightedness and greed that has oft unmarked human history? The path forward will require careful thought, strategic planning, and above all, a commitment to ensuring that the human presence in space is one that reflects the values we hold dear on Earth. As we look to the stars, let us remember that space is not just a place to explore, it is a place to build a better future for all of humanity. And in that future, we will find not just the answers to the mysteries of the cosmos, but the answers to the most pressing questions of what it means to be human, to live in harmony with our environment, and to ensure that the legacy we leave behind is one of peace, collaboration, and sustainability. The future of space exploration is vast and uncertain, but it is also full of incredible potential. The steps we take today will shape the course of human history for generations to come. As we push the boundaries of space exploration, we are also pushing the boundaries of what it means to be human. And in that journey, we will discover not just the stars, but ourselves. As we continue our journey into the unknown, humanity's pursuit of space exploration will face new challenges, some of which we can only imagine. But with these challenges come opportunities for growth and discovery that have the potential to reshape every aspect of our existence. One of the most intriguing prospects is the idea of finding life beyond Earth, which has been a driving force behind many space missions. Whether it's microbial life on Mars or in the icy moons of Jupiter and Saturn, the discovery of extraterrestrial life would be a monumental event in the history of human civilization. It would not only confirm that life can exist elsewhere in the universe, but could also provide invaluable insights into the origins of life itself and the potential for life in other parts of the cosmos. However, the discovery of life beyond Earth brings with it significant ethical and practical dilemmas. For instance, how should humanity respond to the discovery of life, especially if it is microbial? Should we attempt to make contact, or should we take a more cautious approach, avoiding potential contamination or harm? And what if that life, though microscopic, holds potential benefits for humanity, such as providing us with new sources of medicine or energy? The ethical frameworks we develop for dealing with extraterrestrial life will be just as important as the technology and methods we use to explore space. While the search for life may be one of the most exciting aspects of space exploration, it is by no means the only one. Space mining, for example, offers a new frontier of resource extraction that could significantly impact the global economy. The asteroids and moons of our solar system are rich in minerals and metals, many of which are becoming increasingly rare on Earth. With advancements in mining technology, humanity could one day extract these resources from celestial bodies, reducing the pressure on Earth's finite resources. This could lead to a new era of sustainable development, where the Earth is no longer burdened by the need to extract every last ounce of its natural wealth. But space mining also raises questions about ownership and regulation. Who owns the rights to mine an asteroid or a planet? Should it be the nations that invest in space exploration, or should it be open to private companies and individuals? The legal framework surrounding space mining will need to evolve as the industry grows, ensuring that space is not just another resource to be exploited, but is managed in a way that benefits all of humanity, not just a few powerful entities. While technological progress will undoubtedly drive much of the exploration and colonization of space, we cannot overlook the human aspect of space travel. The psychological and physical demands of living and working in space are profound. Astronauts already face significant challenges, from the effects of prolonged weightlessness on the body to the mental strain of isolation during long-duration missions. As we extend our presence beyond Earth, we will need to address these issues in more depth. Long-term space missions, such as those aimed at Mars or beyond, will require astronauts to spend months, or even years in environments that are far removed from the comforts of home. They will be isolated from family and friends, and their only companions will be fellow crew members. This presents a significant challenge, as interpersonal dynamics in such isolated and high-stress environments can become strained. Ensuring that space travelers are mentally and emotionally prepared for the challenges they will face is just as important as their technical training. Furthermore, we must also consider the physiological impacts of space travel. In addition to the effects of microgravity on the human body, such as muscle atrophy and bone density loss, space travel can have other long-term health consequences. Prolonged exposure to cosmic radiation, for example, can increase the risk of cancer and other health issues. The distance from Earth also means that medical support will be limited, and astronauts will need to rely on their own skills and ingenuity to address any health concerns that arise. These challenges will require the development of new medical technologies and techniques, as well as innovative approaches to healthcare in space. The human cost of space exploration is not just about the physical toll on astronauts. It is also about the financial and societal investments required to make space colonization a reality. The immense costs associated with developing the technology, infrastructure, and resources needed for interplanetary travel and settlement will require collaboration on an unprecedented scale. Governments, space agencies, and private companies must work together, pooling resources, expertise, and knowledge to overcome the technological and financial barriers that stand in the way. This will require a new approach to international cooperation, one that emphasizes shared goals and the long-term benefits of space exploration for all of humanity. Space exploration also holds the potential to inspire a new generation of thinkers, innovators, and leaders. The Apollo missions to the Moon, for example, sparked a wave of scientific curiosity and technological development that had a lasting impact on the world. As humanity reaches for the stars, we can expect a similar surge of interest in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics as STEM fields. Space exploration has the power to inspire young people to dream big, to push the boundaries of what is possible, and to tackle some of the greatest challenges facing our world, from climate change to global inequality. By investing in space exploration, we are not just building a future in the stars, we are building a future on Earth, one that is driven by innovation, creativity, and a sense of wonder. As we look to the future, it's clear that the next phase of space exploration will be marked by a profound shift in how we think about our place in the universe. For centuries, humans have looked up at the stars with a sense of awe and wonder, dreaming of what lies beyond. Today, we are on the cusp of turning those dreams into reality. The journey will not be easy, and it will require sacrifices and perseverance. But the rewards the chance to explore new worlds, to unlock the mysteries of the cosmos, and to ensure the survival of our species are more than worth the effort. In the end, space exploration is about more than just discovering new planets or new forms of life. It is about expanding our understanding of the universe and our place within it. It is about pushing the limits of human knowledge and capability, and about ensuring that we, as a species, continue to thrive long into the future. Whether we are colonizing Mars, mining asteroids, or searching for signs of life on distant exoplanets, the pursuit of space will shape the future of humanity in ways we can only begin to imagine. The journey to the stars is just beginning. As we take our first steps into the cosmos, We are not only embarking on a quest for knowledge but on a journey to secure the future of humanity. The potential for discovery is limitless, and as we explore new frontiers, we will continue to learn, grow, and redefine what it means to be human in an infinite and ever-expanding universe. As humanity ventures further into the cosmos, we are not only confronting the limits of our technology, but also challenging our very perceptions of what it means to exist. In the vast expanse of the universe, we are but a speck, yet our aspirations are immense. Space exploration holds a mirror to our ambitions, revealing both our potential and our vulnerabilities. It forces us to confront questions of survival, ethics, and the future of our species in a way that no other scientific endeavor has before. One of the most compelling aspects of space exploration is the concept of sustainability. In the pursuit of colonizing other planets and exploiting resources beyond Earth, we must also develop sustainable practices that will ensure the long-term survival of humanity. This is not just about finding new worlds to inhabit, but about preserving the delicate balance of life on our own planet. The technologies we develop to support life in space, such as advanced renewable energy sources, closed-loop ecosystems, and efficient resource management systems, could be the key to solving many of the problems we face here on Earth. Take, for example, the issue of water scarcity. On Earth, water is one of our most precious resources, yet billions of people still lack access to clean drinking water. In space, water is a limited resource, and any colonization effort will need to find ways to recycle and conserve it. Technologies developed for space missions, such as water purification systems that reuse every drop, could one day be used to address water shortages here on Earth. Similarly, the technologies developed for growing food in space using hydroponics, aquaponics, and other innovative farming methods could provide solutions for feeding the world's growing population without further depleting our planet's soil and water resources. But the challenges of sustainability are not limited to resources like water and food. Space colonization will also require innovative solutions for waste management, energy production, and environmental protection. In the harsh, unforgiving environment of space, every action has consequences, and every resource must be carefully managed. The lessons we learn from living on other planets may help us develop a more sustainable way of living here on Earth, where the consequences of our actions are becoming increasingly apparent. In this way, space exploration could be the catalyst for a global shift toward more sustainable practices, not just in space but on Earth as well. As we look beyond our own planet and into the depths of the universe, we are also confronting the potential for conflict and cooperation. As space becomes more accessible, the question of who owns and controls space becomes more urgent. The Moon, Mars, and asteroids are seen as potential sources of immense wealth, and a race to claim these resources could lead to tensions between nations and private companies. How do we ensure that the benefits of space exploration are shared equitably among all people, rather than concentrated in the hands of a few powerful entities? International cooperation will be key to ensuring that space remains a place for peaceful exploration rather than conflict. The success of the International Space Station ISS serves as a powerful example of what can be achieved when countries put aside their differences and work together. By pooling resources, knowledge, and expertise, nations have been able to create a collaborative environment in which astronauts from various countries live and work together in space. This spirit of cooperation will be essential as we move forward into the next phase of space exploration, where the challenges are even greater and the stakes are higher. In this context, space exploration could also serve as a unifying force, bringing people from all corners of the Earth together in pursuit of a common goal. The sense of wonder and excitement that accompanies a successful space mission can transcend national boundaries, inspiring people from different cultures and backgrounds to collaborate and dream together. The Apollo moon landing in 1916, for example, was not just a victory for the United States but for all of humanity. It showed us that, when we work together, we can achieve the impossible. Yet, as we look toward the future, we must also confront the reality that not all nations have equal access to the resources and opportunities that space exploration offers. Space missions are expensive, and many countries simply do not have the financial or technological means to participate. This inequality raises important questions about the role of space exploration in a globalized world. How can we ensure that the benefits of space exploration are accessible to all, rather than just a select few? How can we avoid repeating the mistakes of the past, where technological advancements were monopolized by the wealthy and powerful? The answers to these questions will not be easy, but they will be crucial to ensuring that space exploration remains a force for good in the world. As we continue to reach for the stars, we must remember that space is not just a frontier to be conquered, but a shared resource that belongs to all of humanity. The principles of fairness, equity, and cooperation must guide our efforts, both in space and on Earth. Looking ahead, we must also consider the potential for space to serve as a refuge for humanity in times of crisis. In the face of climate change, overpopulation, and other global challenges, the idea of establishing a permanent human presence on another planet has become increasingly appealing. Space colonization could offer a way for humanity to secure its future, providing a backup plan in case of catastrophic events on Earth. Whether it's a global pandemic, nuclear war, or a natural disaster, having a second home in space could be the ultimate safeguard for our species. However, the idea of escaping to another planet raises complex ethical questions. Should we invest resources in space colonization when there are so many problems to solve here on Earth? Is it right to pursue the dream of space while so many people continue to suffer from poverty, hunger, and disease? These are difficult questions that do not have easy answers. But one thing is clear: humanity's future will depend on our ability to balance the pursuit of space exploration with the urgent need to address the challenges we face on Earth. In conclusion, space exploration offers humanity the opportunity to achieve greatness both in terms of scientific discovery and the survival of our species. But it also presents us with profound ethical, technological, and social challenges. The path forward will require cooperation, innovation, and a deep commitment to sustainability. As we explore the stars, we must remember that space is not just a new frontier to conquer, but a shared responsibility that will shape the future of all humankind. Through collaboration, we can unlock the mysteries of the cosmos, expand our understanding of the universe, and ensure that the benefits of space exploration are shared by all, now and in the future. The dream of colonizing other planets is not a fleeting fantasy. It is increasingly becoming a viable reality, albeit one filled with complex obstacles. As we extend our reach beyond the confines of Earth, we must consider not just the scientific advancements, but also the ethical and philosophical implications. While humanity's curiosity and desire for discovery have always propelled us forward, we are now confronted with a series of choices that could define the future of life in the universe. One of the most profound aspects of space exploration is the inevitable realization that, despite our technological advancements, we are still fragile creatures in the face of the vast cosmos. Each mission, each experiment, and each discovery in space highlights the stark differences between Earth and the planets we seek to inhabit. The conditions in space are harsh and unforgiving, and survival depends not only on our ability to adapt but on our capacity for innovation. From radiation shielding to life support systems, we are required to engineer solutions that make it possible for humans to live in environments that were once deemed uninhabitable. Take, for instance, the issue of Mars colonization, which is often seen as one of the next logical steps in humanity's journey beyond Earth. Mars, with its similarities to Earth, such as the length of its day and the presence of water, presents an enticing opportunity for long-term settlement. However, its atmosphere, composed mostly of carbon dioxide, offers little protection from harmful radiation, and its gravity is only a fraction of Earth's. These challenges demand that we rethink what it means to live sustainably. How can we create habitats that protect against radiation while providing adequate oxygen, food, and water? How do we support the mental health of individuals living in isolated, confined, and harsh environments for extended periods? Yet, as daunting as these questions may seem, they are far from insurmountable. Humanity has always risen to meet the challenges that history has placed before us. The same ingenuity that led to the development of technologies, such as computers, airplanes, and space telescopes, is now being applied to the task of space colonization. New advancements in materials science, robotics, artificial intelligence, and renewable energy are making it possible to imagine a future where humanity can not only survive but thrive on another planet. But it's not just the technological hurdles that we must overcome. As we venture into space, we must also grapple with the ethical questions surrounding our relationship with other planets. Should we consider Mars as a place to start anew, or should we approach it with the same sense of stewardship that we apply to Earth? Can we truly claim ownership of an entire planet, or should we adopt a more collaborative and respectful approach to exploration? The risk of repeating the mistakes made during the colonial era on Earth, where exploitation and disregard for indigenous populations led to lasting harm, remains ever present. We must ask ourselves, what kind of future do we want to build in the stars? Perhaps the most important consideration is whether we can truly create a sustainable human presence on other worlds while preserving the integrity of life on our own planet. This space exploration is to be more than a temporary escape from the problems we face on Earth. We must ensure that the technologies we develop for life on Mars, the Moon, or elsewhere are designed not only for long-term sustainability, but also for the betterment of our home planet. This means that we must look for solutions that address the global challenges of resource depletion, climate change, and inequality. It's not enough to simply take what we need from other worlds, we must also ask how we can give back to Earth. In this sense, space exploration becomes not just an adventure in discovering new worlds, but an opportunity to rethink our priorities here on Earth. The idea of living sustainably in space can provide a new framework for how we manage resources, reduce waste, and foster global cooperation. The technology developed to make space travel possible could one day be used to solve many of the problems that seem insurmountable today, such as clean energy production, pollution control, and food security. Just as the space race of the 1960s led to the development of numerous technologies that have benefited life on Earth, the next phase of space exploration could pave the way for a more sustainable future for all of humanity. The idea of space as a new frontier also invites us to think about our place in the universe. As we look up at the stars, we are reminded of the vastness of the cosmos and our relative insignificance in the grand scheme of things. Yet, rather than diminishing our sense of purpose, this realization can serve to unite us. In the face of the unknown, humanity has always found a way to come together. The common pursuit of space exploration could be the key to forging stronger global ties, as nations set aside their differences and work together for the betterment of all. Space exploration can also provide a new perspective on the fragility of life. When we look at Earth from space, we see a small blue planet, suspended in the void, vulnerable to the forces of nature and cosmic events. This view serves as a stark reminder of the importance of protecting our planet and taking care of the delicate ecosystems that sustain life. As we venture into space, we must never lose sight of our responsibility to preserve Earth for future generations. The Earth is our cradle, and it is from here that we must continue to care for the well-being of all life on our planet. Looking to the future, it is clear that space exploration holds immense promise. The potential to discover new worlds, to solve some of humanity's most pressing challenges, and to unite people across the globe is unparalleled. But as we embark on this journey, we must approach it with humility, recognizing that the challenges we face in space are deeply connected to the challenges we face on Earth. The quest for space is not just about exploring new worlds, it is about understanding who we are as a species and how we can create a better future for all. As humanity continues its journey into the cosmos, we will undoubtedly face setbacks and challenges. But just as we have overcome obstacles throughout history, we will rise to meet the challenges of the stars. The future of space exploration holds limitless potential, but it is up to us to ensure that this future is one that benefits all of humanity, not just a privileged few. By focusing on sustainability, cooperation, and equity, we can build a future in which space exploration serves as a force for good on Earth and beyond. In the end, space exploration is not just about the technological feats we achieve or the new worlds we discover. It is about the way in which these efforts shape us as human beings and as a global society. As we look to the stars, we must remember that the true measure of success lies not in the destinations we reach, but in the ways we choose to journey together. As we look beyond our planet and into the infinite expanse of space, we are reminded of the boundless opportunities that await us, but also of the immense responsibility that comes with such a monumental task. The space race of the past was driven by competition and the quest for prestige, but today, the stakes are different. Space exploration is no longer just about the pursuit of knowledge or national pride, it's about survival, sustainability, and the future of humanity as a whole. One of the most compelling reasons for venturing into space is the search for alternatives to the dwindling resources on Earth. We are already witnessing the effects of climate change, resource depletion, and overpopulation. The resources we once took for granted are becoming scarcer, and our planet's ability to support an ever-growing population is increasingly in doubt. In this context, space exploration offers the tantalizing possibility of new sources of energy, minerals, and even habitable environments. Asteroids rich in precious metals and gases, as well as the prospect of terraforming planets like Mars, could help relieve some of the pressures we face on Earth. However, the promise of these new resources must be approached with caution. While the concept of mining asteroids for valuable materials is an exciting one, it comes with its own set of challenges and ethical considerations. For instance, who owns the resources found in space? How do we prevent the exploitation of these resources from becoming a new form of colonialism, where only the wealthiest nations or corporations stand to benefit? These are questions that need to be addressed as we move forward in our quest to explore and potentially colonize other planets. There must be a framework for space exploration that prioritizes fairness, sustainability, and global cooperation over profit-driven exploitation. At the same time, space exploration offers us a unique opportunity to reimagine our relationship with Earth. The advances in technology and innovation that are driving space missions can also help us solve the problems we face right here on our home planet. For example, technologies developed for space travel, such as solar panels and water purification systems, have already found applications in addressing global challenges like energy access and clean water shortages. The research we conduct in space is not just for the benefit of astronauts and explorers, it has the potential to improve the lives of billions of people here on Earth. Moreover, the act of exploring space forces us to confront some of the deepest questions about our existence. Why are we here? What is our purpose? And perhaps most importantly, how do we ensure that humanity's legacy is one of positive impact rather than destruction? The search for answers to these questions is what drives us to explore the stars, but it also calls for a re-examination of our priorities as a species. As we venture out into the cosmos, we must be mindful of the kind of society we are building on Earth. The decisions we make in space will reverberate back home, shaping the world we leave for future generations. In this sense, space exploration becomes an opportunity to redefine the very nature of progress. It challenges us to think beyond short-term gains and to focus on long-term sustainability. How can we create a future where space exploration contributes to the well-being of all people, not just the privileged few? How can we use the resources of space to uplift humanity and protect our planet, rather than exploit it for our own gain? These are the questions that must guide our efforts as we continue our journey into the unknown. Perhaps the most powerful lesson space exploration can teach us is the value of collaboration. Space missions, whether they are to the Moon, Mars, or beyond, require the cooperation of nations, organizations, and individuals from around the world. The challenges of space are too great for any one country or company to tackle alone, and knowledge and expertise needed to overcome the obstacles of space travel can only be achieved through collective effort. The success of these missions will depend on our ability to work together, to share resources, and to find common ground despite our differences. This spirit of cooperation must extend beyond the technical aspects of space exploration. We must also build a culture of collaboration in our approach to the ethical, social, and environmental challenges of space. The same values of fairness, justice, and equity that we seek to uphold on Earth must be reflected in our actions in space. If we are to create a future where humanity thrives both on Earth and in the stars, we must ensure that space exploration is driven by a shared vision of the common good, not by the interests of a few. Looking ahead, it is clear that the future of space exploration is inextricably linked to the future of humanity. The challenges we face in space are not just technical, they are moral, political, and philosophical. As we venture further into the cosmos, we must ask ourselves what kind of future we want to create. Do we want to build a future where space exploration is a force for good, or will it become another tool of exploitation and division? The decisions we make today will shape the trajectory of human civilization for centuries to come. As we continue our journey into space, we must remember that the stakes are high not just for our species, but for the future of life in the universe. The quest for space is not just about reaching new frontiers, it is about ensuring that humanity's legacy is one of stewardship, collaboration, and sustainability. In the end, space exploration is about much more than discovering new worlds, it is about discovering what it means to be human. As we look to the stars, we are reminded of our shared humanity and the responsibility we bear to protect and preserve our planet, our species, and the future of life in the cosmos. The journey into space is only just beginning, and with it, a new chapter in the story of humankind is being written. As we continue to explore the vastness of space, it becomes increasingly clear that the universe is not just an unknown frontier waiting to be explored, but also a mirror reflecting our own ambitions, fears, and hopes. For centuries, humans have looked up at the night sky and wondered if we were really alone. Today, we know that space is far from empty. It is filled with the mysteries of distant galaxies, unexplored planets, and celestial bodies that could hold the key to answering the most profound questions about our existence. In the grand scale of things, our planet is just a speck in the universe. The idea of space colonization, once confined to the realm of science fiction, is now a very real possibility. Yet, as we venture further into this unknown expanse, we must recognize the immense challenges that come with it. The first challenge lies in the basic understanding of how to live beyond our planet. Mars, once considered a dream, is now seen as a potential second home for humanity. But turning Mars into a livable environment will require overcoming obstacles that seem insurmountable. With an atmosphere thin to support life, temperatures that can plunge to minus 195 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 125 degrees Celsius, and no liquid water, Mars is a far cry from the habitable Earth we take for granted. Yet the challenge of survival on Mars is not the only hurdle. There is a psychological aspect of living in such an isolated, harsh environment. Long-term space travel requires not only physical endurance but also mental strength. The isolation of astronauts, the lack of natural sunlight, and the confined living conditions could have significant effects on their mental health. To thrive in space, humans must be able to adapt to this new reality, relying on both technological advancements and psychological resilience to make life on another planet sustainable. The technological advancements required to colonize space are advancing rapidly, but they are not without their ethical dilemmas. For instance, how do we ensure that space exploration benefits all of humanity, rather than just the wealthy nations and corporations that can afford the cost? The commercialization of space raises important questions about who owns the resources in space and how they should be shared. Should we allow private companies to mine asteroids for valuable materials, potentially causing a new form of exploitation in the cosmos? Or should we establish international treaties to govern space exploration, ensuring that it remains a collective endeavor for the benefit of all? These questions are not just theoretical, they are shaping the policies and frameworks that will govern the future of space exploration. As we take our first steps beyond Earth, we must be mindful of the legacy we leave behind. Space exploration offers boundless opportunities for innovation, but it also comes with a profound responsibility. Just as we must take care of our planet, we must also ensure that we protect the integrity of the universe as we venture further into its depths. One of the most exciting prospects of space exploration is the potential to find life beyond Earth. The discovery of even microbial life on other planets would be a monumental step forward in our understanding of the universe and our place in it. It would raise questions about the origins of life, the possibility of other intelligent beings, and the conditions necessary for life to thrive. The search for extraterrestrial life is not just about answering scientific questions, it is about understanding the nature of life itself. Are we unique in the universe, or are we just one example of a broader phenomenon? The search for life extends beyond Mars. In recent years, scientists have turned their attention to moons such as Europa, one of Jupiter's satellites, where subsurface oceans may harbor the conditions necessary for life. Similarly, the discovery of exoplanet planets outside our solar system has opened up new possibilities for finding habitable worlds. These planets, often located in the habitable zone of their star systems, may have the right conditions for liquid water, making them prime candidates for the search for life. As we continue to study these distant worlds, we may one day find that we are not alone in the universe. The question of space exploration also touches on our own identity as a species. What does it mean to be human? And what is our role in the universe? The drive to explore, to seek out new frontiers, is a deeply ingrained part of our nature. It is part of what makes us human. We have always been curious creatures, looking to the stars and wondering what lies beyond. Space exploration is the next logical step in this quest for knowledge and understanding. Yet, as we look to the stars, we must also reflect on the lessons we have learned here on Earth. The history of exploration on our own planet is fraught with stories of conquest, exploitation, and destruction. As we venture into space, we must ask ourselves, what kind of explorers do we want to be? Do we want to repeat the mistakes of the past? Or will we forge a new path, one that is characterized by respect, collaboration, and sustainability? These questions are not just philosophical, they are practical. The future of space exploration will depend on the decisions we make today. As we develop new technologies and chart a course for colonization, we must also develop a new ethic, a space ethic that prioritizes cooperation over competition, sustainability over exploitation, and the well-being of all humanity over the interests of a few. The vastness of space offers us an incredible opportunity to build a better future. But it also comes with a profound responsibility to protect the integrity of the cosmos and ensure that our actions are guided by principles that benefit all. Space exploration at its heart is not just about reaching new worlds. It is about understanding ourselves and our place in the universe. It challenges us to confront the big questions about existence, identity, and the future. As we journey deeper into the cosmos, we must remember that the answers we seek are not just out there in the stars, they are within us. The decisions we make today will determine the kind of future we create, both on Earth and in the far reaches of space. And as we take those first steps into the unknown, we must ensure that we do so with a sense of humility, responsibility, and a deep respect for the universe that surrounds us. The future of humanity is written in the stars, and as we continue our exploration of space, we must remember that the true meaning of progress is not just about conquering new frontiers. It is about using our knowledge and resources to build a better world for all. The journey into space is just beginning, but it is a journey that holds the promise of discovery, understanding, and ultimately, a new chapter in the story of humankind. What we do next will determine the course of that story, and the legacy we leave behind. Let us make it one worth remembering. As we look to the future of space exploration, it is important to remember that it is not just about reaching new planets or harvesting resources from asteroids. It is about expanding the boundaries of human knowledge and finding new ways to understand the universe around us. Each new discovery opens the door to even more possibilities, but it also raises more questions. The more we learn, the more we realize just how little we truly know of the vastness of space. The journey ahead is not just about technology or innovation. It's about our continued quest for meaning and understanding. One of the most profound aspects of space exploration is the way it forces us to confront our place in the universe. For centuries, humanity has lived with the assumption that Earth is the center of everything. The discovery that Earth is just one small planet orbiting a relatively insignificant star in an unimaginably vast universe was a humbling revelation. Yet, despite this, we continue to reach out, seeking answers to questions that have occupied our minds for millennia. What is our purpose in this vast universe? Are we truly alone, or is there life out there waiting to be discovered? These questions are more than just academic. They are deeply personal and touch on some of the most fundamental aspects of the human experience. Our desire to explore, to understand, and to connect with something greater than ourselves is what drives us to look up at the stars and wonder what lies beyond. Space exploration allows us to tap into that deeper yearning, to push beyond the limits of our knowledge and our imagination, and to find meaning in the vast unknown. However, this journey is not without its challenges. Space is a hostile environment, full of dangers that we can only begin to comprehend. Even with our most advanced technologies, space travel remains a perilous undertaking. The vacuum of space, the radiation, the lack of oxygen, all of these are risks that astronauts face every day as they venture beyond the safety of our planet's atmosphere. The reality of space travel is that it is not a matter of simply reaching new destinations, it's about survival. And for that, we need more than just advanced technology. We need resilience, ingenuity, and determination. But as we continue to develop the technology needed for space travel, we also need to consider the ethical implications of our actions. As we venture into the cosmos, we must ask ourselves, what responsibility do we have to the planets, moons, and other celestial bodies we encounter. How can we ensure that we do not repeat the mistakes we've made here on Earth exploiting resources without regard for the long-term consequences? As humanity begins to stretch its reach beyond Earth, we must learn from our past and approach the future with a sense of stewardship and responsibility. In the pursuit of knowledge, we must not forget the importance of preserving the natural balance of the universe. Space is not an endless resource to be consumed, it is a delicate, interconnected system that, just like our own planet, requires careful consideration. We cannot afford to think of space as a new frontier to conquer. Instead, we must treat it as an opportunity to create a new way of being, one that values sustainability, respect, and collaboration. At the heart of space exploration lies an incredible opportunity for humanity to work together. The challenges of living and thriving in space are not problems that can be solved by one country or one corporation alone. They require a collective effort. The International Space Station, which has been orbiting the Earth for over 2 decades, serves as a model for international cooperation. Astronauts from different countries live and work together, sharing knowledge, resources, and experiences in the pursuit of a common goal. This spirit of collaboration is essential if we are to successfully establish a human presence on other planets. Yet, even as we work together, we must also acknowledge the political, economic, and social challenges that come with space exploration. The commercialization of space raises questions about the privatization of space resources and who has the right to access and benefit from them. As private companies and governments compete for dominance in space, there are concerns about the potential for exploitation and inequality. How can we ensure that the benefits of space exploration are shared equitably, rather than concentrated in the hands of a few powerful players? The future of space exploration is not just about technology or discovery. It's about creating a future that is inclusive, sustainable, and just. It is about ensuring that everyone, regardless of nationality, economic status, or background, has a chance to be part of this extraordinary journey. It is about asking ourselves what kind of future we want to build, not just in space, but here on Earth as well. As we continue to explore space, we must remember that the lessons we learn in the cosmos can help us solve the challenges we face here at home. The search for life on other planets, for instance, can teach us about the conditions necessary for life to thrive. The development of technologies for space travel can lead to innovations that improve life on Earth, from advances in energy production to new medical treatments. The knowledge we gain from exploring space has the potential to transform every aspect of our lives. In the end, space exploration is not just about reaching new planets or making groundbreaking discoveries. It is about expanding the boundaries of human potential and finding new ways to connect with each other and with the universe. It is about understanding our place in the cosmos and embracing the infinite possibilities that lie ahead. The journey into space is just beginning, but the impact it will have on humanity is already immeasurable. And as we continue to explore the stars, we must remember that we are not just exploring the universe, we are exploring ourselves.